and I got to come home with something. First of all, you don't need to go home with anything. You got to leave with your ass. You can't go into the marketplace and leave your ass out there. You can't do that. So this is why I teach how to mitigate losing streaks, how to take drawdown and bring it back realistically. That means you're not trying to get everything back in one clip. Now, there has been times where I've done that, revenge style, okay? But it's never served me well as a method of doing it again and again and again. I learned the hard way that if I lose 1,000 and I get into another trade with half the leverage and I'm up $500, I'm done. I'm closing that trade. Now what that does, it frees me up to go back to the original amount of leverage that I took on the previous trade that was a losing trade. So put it in perspective. Okay, say I was risking 1% and I lost 1%. Whatever that dollar amount is for 1% of the equity, the next trade that I take, I'm taking it with 1/2 of 1% risk. But if I make half of that previous losing trade back, as soon as my trade gets to that point, I'm killing it. I don't give a flying fuck how much it might keep going. I don't care, because I have to reset myself mentally. And maybe you think that you're better than me mentally. Maybe you think you're more dialed in. Maybe you think you're the person that's going to be doing everything better than everybody else and you're perfect, okay? Believe me, you're 20 years old, you probably think that. I did the same thing, and I'm telling you right now, you don't fucking know anything. You have no idea. You haven't been around here yet long enough. You're going to find out just like I found out. I fucked around and I found out that I wasn't the shit that I thought I was when I was 20. I am today. I ain't going to lie to you. Okay? I am today. It is what it is. But here's the deal. When you get that opportunity to get half of the losing trades that you just took your ass out there and got whacked upside your head, as soon as you get half of that losing trade back and you're doing it with half the leverage, you close that trade and you don't give a fuck what anybody else is going to say about it. First of all, you shouldn't be telling anybody about it. 2, you tell yourself, good job. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do that. Not, oh, I'm going to hold and push my edge. My edge says I should do this. Fuck your edge. Fuck your edge. Gentlemen, listen. When you get that brand new razor, Gillette, you bought that fucking razor just like I did. Okay? There's commercials. They make it seem like it's the greatest fucking thing in the world. Your wife's going to come around the corner. She looks like a fucking celebrity model. You know, everybody's chiseled out fucking face. Everybody's looking perfect. And because you want that razor. And that razor gets on your skin the very first time and it cuts through your beard and your stubble like a fucking knife through butter. Just beautiful. Just takes it right on off, right? Okay. Keep using that same motherfucking razor 6 months. What's it going to do? It's going to tear your ass up. It's going to tear your ass up. I don't give a shit how much lubricant, how much shit you lather all over your face. That razor, you keep pushing it, it's going to lose its edge. It's going to tear your face up. Okay, well, you're in that same scenario. You just took a loss. Now you're forced to drop down your leverage, half the leverage you took on your previous trade. It was a losing trade. But now you got the opportunity to get half of your ass back. And you did it with half the leverage. That's phenomenal. Now, it's not phenomenal for the SMC guys that did 200 to 1 fucking traders that do it every single fucking week, but they're still trading with 0.01 leverage on their fucking trades on their MT4 screenshots. It's not good enough for them. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to really real traders, the people that are here to learn how to make money and conduct themselves like professionals in the marketplace. You have to work within statistical probabilities, and the probabilities of you being dialed in after a losing trade, especially if you're new, next to 0. And that's a normal thing. So how do you combat that? You got to reduce your risk. As soon as you get half of that losing trade back in equity in the trade that you're now in after that losing trade. So now 1% you took as a loss. Now you're going to take another trade, not right away. When your system, when your pattern, when your model says so, time and price has to still agree. It's got to make fucking sense. You just can't just pull one out of your ass and say, well, I don't feel good. This hurt. and I need to get this back right away because my friends on social media are going to be meeting together in my Discord channel, and they're all going to ask me what the fuck I did today. And I cannot talk about this losing trade because guess what? I'm going to lose my man card. You see how silly it is when you get in these little groups, these cliques? Fuck that shit. These guys sit around like a bunch of nerds, okay? Like they're trading Pokemon fucking cards. This is money. We're talking about money. I'm not here for friends. I don't give a fuck if you like my trades. I don't care if you love my trades. I'm here to make money. I'm here to teach you how I make money. If you don't like that, then go somewhere else. Play fucking Pokemon in Discord. I don't give a shit. But here, if you're trading with a losing trade, the next trade, you're half the leverage. Make half of that losing trade that you took 1% loss on, make that back. As soon as you do that, that's a reset. Now you can go back to trading with 1% risk again. But wait a minute, Michael, I'm in drawdown still a 0.5%. Right. Yep. That's what I do. That's what I do. Now, what happens if you lose again? You drop your risk in half again, and you trade until you get half of that losing trade back. And then you close the trade. That frees you up to go back to what? 1% or 0.5%. Once you get down to 0.25%, that's really nothing, in my opinion, it's worth taking. But what that does, it causes your drawdowns to be less and less and less, and it allows you to reset emotionally and psychologically because it takes the sting away. If you're wrong, if you're impulsive, if you rush back in to try to do something, it is a fail switch to keep you from blowing the fuck out. Because you will, if you don't do these things, you will, if you just go in there and say, okay, I don't care, and you get that gambler numbness. Anybody that's ever played cards or went to a casino, you're up, you made money, you've had an experience like that. You go home, they send you comps, come on back, we love you. You took money from us. We love you as a customer. Come back here and stay in one of our really luxurious suites and we'll give you a steak dinner and here's 2 tickets to a show. Come on back. Have the whole weekend to yourself because you are a customer that we love. And your dumbass believes that. So you fly out there, you go out there and then you lose everything you fucking won the last time and then more. What happened? You're sitting at the table. You know damn well you shouldn't have came back out there. 2, you shouldn't have stayed as long as you did. And you knew right when you should have stopped, but you don't. And you lose. And you lose again. And then you lose again. And all of a sudden you think to yourself, well, fuck it. I got $1,000 still in chips here. I'm just going to play until I fucking lose. I don't care. That's gambler numbness. That's what trading sometimes does or occurs to people that just cannot stay focused. And what happens is you're just waiting for that chance turnaround. And when it does, few and far between, there's an instance where that occurs. But when it happens, what that does is it gives you that little bit of dopamine. Boom. All of a sudden, oh shit. Look at his abilities. Holy shit. Look who just stepped in. It's Money Man. It's Mr. Maven. It's fucking Mr. Market Maker, ICTs. Nobody compared to you now. You got it all figured out because that chemical imbalances kicks in, and everybody has this. You don't have to be bipolar to experience this. That feeling of I'm on now. I'm on. But it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, that's when you start betting bigger because you think you've turned the tide. And now the gods of the odds have now shined their light on you and given you their favor. And the only thing they've given you is a shift in your perspective. Because see, what you think is good is just really their boot going up your ass. You have no idea what's about to happen to you. And then boom, your $1,000 is gone. And on the flight home from the casino, and you've lost more than you brought because you couldn't take that. You had to go and get more money out of your ATM and more money out of your ATM because, hey, it's still Saturday night and you got another night to sleep up there for free, right? And you fly home with less money than you had before you went out there and won by luck.